discuss case number 1 in Raoult's law. So case number 1 will start with solute, solvent, vapor pressure. Okay. So this I have taken solute here. Solute is A. Okay. The vapor pressure of the pure solute, pure substance, it will be PA degree. Correct? Pure substance, so I am writing it as degree. Okay. In the second beaker, I am taking solvent B. We are denoting the solvent as B. Its vapor pressure will be PB degree. Okay. Now both are volatile in nature. Think that it is volatile in nature. Solute and solvent, they are volatile in nature. So on mixing both the containers, solute and solvent, mixing solute and solvent, what will happen? The vapor pressure, that is the total vapor pressure, it will decrease. Correct? Vapor pressure of the pure substance will always be more, but the vapor pressure of any solution will be less. So P total will be decreasing when you mix both the beakers, the first beaker and the second beaker, into the third beaker. Okay. Now we are assuming that as they both are volatile in nature, solute and solvent, they both are volatile in nature, we assume that PB degree is less than PA degree. We are just assuming that the vapor pressure of solvent is less than solute. Just assuming. Okay. From here, according to Dalton's law of partial pressure, P total is equal to partial pressure we are talking. So P total is equal to PA plus PB. Correct? Total pressures. What is PA? Think from the Raoult law. What we are having? PA is equal to PA degree XA. Correct? So PA degree XA plus PB can be written as PB degree XB. This is from Dalton's law of partial pressure. The first equation what I have written, that is from Dalton's law of partial pressure. Correct? And the second one what I have written, that is from Raoult law. That is from Raoult law. Okay. PA degree XA plus PB degree XB. Now one of the mole fractions can be expressed in terms of the other one, because we know XA plus XB. Mole fraction, it is in unity. Correct? So I will take XB. So PA degree XA plus PB degree XB, I will write it as 1 minus XA. Open up the brackets. Plus PB degree, correct? Minus PB degree XA. Correct? Now from these two terms, take XA common. So we get to PA degree minus PB degree plus PB degree. Correct? So this is the third equation. We'll mark this as the third equation. The first two equation will be, this will be the first equation. Just write it. PA is equal to PA degree XA, first equation, and PB is equal to PB degree XB, that is the second equation. Just marking it as 1, 2, 3. We have to plot the graphs based on first and second equation. Just make a note of this. Yes. Now equation 1, 2 and 3 is here. We will plot the graphs based on equation 1, 2 So in equation number 1, suppose XA is equal to 0. Okay, first we will plot the graph based on equation number 1. So the graph will be vapor pressure versus X, correct? Mole fraction. Okay. Suppose if I keep XA is equal to 0. So I'll write here XA is equal to 0. That is the origin point. So in this equation if I put 0 means PA will be equal to 0. The value of PA will be equal to 0. Same point. Okay. Now I will put XA value as 1 here in first equation. What you will get? PA is equal to PA degree. Correct? So PA is equal to PA degree. XA value is 1. 0, 1, 2, 3. Correct? The graph. So XA, suppose it is 1 over here. PA is equal to PA degree. So PA will be equal to PA degree. Somewhere this point. Fine. Just plot it, join it with the dotted lines. So we are ready with one graph. Now let's draw the graph for the second equation. Same way. So for the second equation, again the same plot. P versus X, vapor pressure versus the mole fraction. Now in second equation you put XB is equal to 0 and XB is equal to 1. If I put XB is equal to 0, therefore PB is equal to 0, correct? So PB is equal to 0, this origin point. Suppose in this equation I put XB is equal to 1, therefore PB will be equal to PB degree. So suppose this is 1, so PB degree. PB will be equal to PB degree, just join it with the dotted lines. Correct? Okay. So based on equation 1 and 2, we have plotted the graph. Now, summation of the graph. Summation of the graph. Add both the graphs. So adding both the graph, okay, so this is for vapor pressure versus X. Here I will write it as XA equal to 0. At that time XB equal to 1. Correct, you are adding both the graph. Here I will write as XA equal to 1, at that time XB equal to 0. Draw the plot here, put the dotted lines. Think XA equal to 0, dotted lines will go to the right hand side. XA equal to 0, dotted lines going to the right hand side. This point is PA degree. XB equal to 0, you should start from that origin XB equal to 0. And the dotted line should go to the other side. Where is XB equal to 0? Here. So I will draw the dotted lines from here and it will go up to the next mark. So this is PB degree. Correct? And PB degree, it should be little below than PA degree because we have assumed that the vapor pressure of B component is less than A component. Just join it. So what it will give? This is giving P total. Correct? So the dotted lines, it represents, here you can see the dotted lines, 2 dotted lines are there. So the dotted lines, they represent the vapor pressure of each component. For example, this one, PA degree. It is denoting the vapor pressure of A component, that is solute. XB equal to 0, that is PB degree, the dotted line is reaching PB degree. It represents the vapor pressure of the pure solvent. Correct? Just join it, you will get to P total, that is from the Dalton's law. Correct? So this we are talking in case of liquid in liquid, in the liquid phase. okay, in the liquid phase. But Dalton has also given one more expression, that is Pi is equal to Yi P total. This generally I have written general. If you want to write for a component, one component, then it will be for the second component PB equal to YB P total. This is in general I have written. Dalton's law of partial pressure can also be written in this way. But when you will apply this equation or formula, when it is in the vapor phase. Here we are talking of the liquid phase. But if the components are in vapor phase, then you need to write these formulas. Correct? At that time you can find the vapor pressure and the P total or the mole fraction. YA, YB is what? The mole fraction. Instead of X, because we have written here X, here we are writing it as Y. So PB, PA what it is? Vapor pressure. P total of both solute and solvent. YA, YB is what? The mole fraction. Okay. So when it is in the vapor phase, we have to use this formula. Otherwise, the previous formulas what we have written in case of Raoult law. So hope case number 1 is understood by you. And numericals are there based on this formulas. Few numericals I have solved in my previous videos. So you can check that also.
So let's discuss about case 2, relative lowering of vapor pressure, RLVP. I told you that for the pure substance, pure solvent, okay, the vapor pressure will always be more. But if you add any solute to it, it becomes a solution, so the vapor pressure decreases. So any pure substance, the vapor pressure will always be more, and we denote it as degree, PA degree. We are talking of the solvent here. So according to Raoult law, we know PA is directly proportional to the mole fraction of that component. So from Raoult law, removing the proportionality sign, we can write it as PA degree. So change in vapor pressure will be delta P. Change we always write it as delta. That will be PA degree minus PA. Initially the vapor pressure was more because the solvent only was present in the pure form. Then we are adding solute, so the vapor pressure decreases. So PA degree, it is the vapor pressure of the solvent. PA, it is the vapor pressure of the solution. Delta P is equal to PA degree minus PA value I have substituted from equation number 1. Delta P is equal to PA degree. Taking common PA degree, we get 1 minus XA, 1 minus of the mole fraction. Delta P is equal to PA degree. 1 minus XA can be written as XB, that is the mole fraction of the solute. We know the mole fraction, it is a unity. So delta P upon PA degree is equal to the mole fraction of B, that is solute. This mole fraction can be written in terms of number of moles, and we neglect the number of moles of B in the, that is for the solute, in the denominator, because the number of moles of solvent is more than the number of moles of the solute. Number of moles can be expressed in terms of quantity, that is weight by molar mass. So writing this equation, substituting the values of NB and NA, correct. So what we are learning in case 2, relative lowering of vapor pressure, change in the vapor pressure. For a pure substance, the vapor pressure will always be more. For a solution, the vapor pressure will always be less. So thank you all for watching. Hope you liked this video.